We hope you enjoy it. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think you will. I really do think you will enjoy it. Let's see. Yeah, we got all that ready. All right, here we go, everybody. In 3, 2, 1.
For only 50 cents, you can get where you're going in your town.
Route 25 from the City-County building to Midvale, where I work.
Route 3 to my house from the Ogden City Mall.
It's route number 5 from the University Mall to my next class.
So don't forget the exact chain.
Mom, I need your advice about douches.
The Morning Stream. What could a young cop like you want with an old fossil like me?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS. Okay? Welcome.
Welcome. All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Already.
Did you get what you wanted? All right. Are you all right? It's January 31st, the very end of this month. The year is 2024. I'm Scott Johnson, and that's Brian Ebbett. Hi, Brian.
Hello. Golly, this month went fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
To you? Like, it just felt like it flew by.
And we're only 6 or 7 episodes away from 2,600 episodes of the show.
Oh, wow. Like, are we going to do something Atari themed? We should,
You know what?
right?
We should that day. That's a great idea.
Yeah, a little Yar's Revenge or Adventure or something like that. I mean, you could easily just put that on the background of your screen, but...
we got to think about this. Because
Yeah,
what else do you
that'd be
do
fun.
on 2,600? That's it.
Right, you got to do something Atari themed.
Yeah, there's no other answer to that
No,
question. I love
no.
it. All right, we're gonna think of something, everybody. Go find your old joysticks.
I have an old 2600 just around the corner in my basement here.
Does it
And
function, or is it just a relic?
I imagine it would. It's got the RF thing that has the 2 little prongs that you have to screw onto the back of a TV that does that. So I know that there are things you can get online that will allow you to plug a 2600, basically change that into HDMI or something.
Yeah, there's a little block. I think Dunaway's probably got extras of those.
I'm sure he probably does. Yeah. But I figure, well, I've got all the 2600 games on my Covercade, so I can play it there. But
Oh, yeah, that's true. How often do you play that thing? Do you get around to messing with it here and there?
it's been over a year.
Oh, my.
Don't tell
Zip.
Mark Spagnuolo, because he and I worked so hard on building this thing. I haven't played it and did not play it during 2023 at all. So I need to break it back out. Problem is, it's got 2 joysticks and buttons and stuff. It's made for playing with a friend.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Owen doesn't have a friend.
Owen doesn't have a
He doesn't
friend.
want to come and play play downstairs and play the 2600 with me,
Oh.
or the elevator action, or Tetris, or whatever.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
That's all right, though.
Plus, I need to really upgrade it. Like, I'm pretty sure the RetroPie had many updates over the year last year, and I need to.
It's the only thing I hate about this DIY stuff is for games is that the updates, if you don't keep up with them, they can be nightmarish because you'll find out one of them, this one broke listings, so you're going to have to recatalog everything and blah, blah, blah,
Exactly.
which
That's
is
the
fine.
worst
If you're
deal with
like on it all the time and doing it every day and always looking at it, well, then you'll probably keep up with it. But I like a thing where once in a while a company will just notify me, hey, your firmware is updated. You want to apply it? Sure.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah. Doesn't work that way.
The smart thing would be like having it up and running all the time so that it automatically. Well, I guess it's not on the Wi. No, it is on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, it might actually automatically update or something.
There's probably ways. I don't know if there's settings you'd have to do. Depends on the software, but
yeah.
I have one of those that's in the exact same boat. It's just I should go plug it in, but I'm afraid to. I'm afraid it's like we'll get hacked the minute it gets on the internet.
I think, right. Can I just have Dunaway come over and do it? I bet he's like, if there's anybody in our little cluster that knows RetroPie back and forth, it's got to be Brian.
Yeah, and he's not doing anything. What's
he's
he
not doing anything, right?
Work.
Take a few days off of work. Come out here.
Yeah, they can live without
I'll put you on a bus.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll talk to you today when we do Tadpolly Feud, and we'll convince you to come help us with our RetroPies.
That's right. Probably far easier for me to go out to him, I think. I would think that might be the case, but, I
wish we could get him to Vegas. That would be awesome. He might come. It sounds like he's on the edge. He's on the cusp. We'll have to see. I don't want to bug him publicly because I know that annoys people, and I wouldn't want anyone to do that to me. But we'll do it here.
I do need to know ASAP about Wendy. I know, this is. We probably should talk offline about.
You know what? Let's bump that right now. I'm going to say to her on this text. I'm going to say, hey, good. When do you and Misha get in?
Oh, right, because she probably would have already bought her tickets, right?
Yeah. I say, I know I already asked this, but wanted to follow up.
Heaven forbid you use the dictation on your phone.
Yeah, I'm doing I'm doing desktop here. Okay, let's see.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. I probably use iMessage on desktop more than I use it on my phone.
I do. I definitely do on desktop more than I do on the phone.
Love it.
People probably wonder, wow, how is he typing replies so quickly?
Yeah, it's amazing. I have to say them to do it. That's how it works. Hey, you guys, check it out. We got a follow-up on the whole scissors thing. We had the Therapy Thursday discussion, and we talked about the fabric scissors. Now my mom would kill me or whatever if you use the fabric scissors instead of paper scissors on paper. So somebody wrote in and says, I listened to Therapy Thursday when Scott talked about using his mom's fabric scissors to cut paper or whatever. That reminded me of something I did as a kid. When I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, my parents had just got brand new curtains for the front window. Oh, this isn't going to end well. This is going to be bad. Let's see. A window that faced the street. They were still creased, so perfectly that to me they looked like paper. So I grabbed a pair of scissors and started cutting Mom's brand new curtains. This happened over 35 years ago, and I still have the memory of her coming in and gasping.
I'm visualizing like paper doll cuts so that when you pull the curtains out, it's like a bunch of paper dolls holding hands.
Then that now even proved it. I say let the kid have his way and make a big pulled out whatever. Were you ever good at those? I've seen people do amazing things with cutting paper and then pull it out in the accordion.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
Never was good at any of that stuff.
Yeah, that's a skill I never acquired. I don't know what's up with that. You do the random like here's a snowflake and
the snowflake ones are the biggies, and then you've got the people holding hands. You just fold something over like a little back and forth fold and then cut, and you've got people holding hands. But I feel like is that even a thing that people do anymore? Like, do kids in kindergarten did Van get to do any of that kind of stuff?
I don't know. I have to ask him. I don't know if he's done a bunch of cutting up stuff. Probably depends on the school. But probably. I mean, I don't know why that would have changed. So. Yeah, I would hope so too.
That's such a great, and if not, there you go. Make a thing that looks like little Pac-Man ghosts.
Perfect.
Because you could have them go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Build our own little Pac-Man level. I like it.
Yep, there you go.
I can say this though. There's a dude what I follow on TikTok on the TikTok there. And he does this thing where someone sends him a photo of someone famous or of themselves, it doesn't matter, just a reference photo. And then on camera, he, in real time, takes a piece of paper, folds it in whatever fold he makes, without moving away from the camera, takes these pair of scissors and does all the cuts, and then opens up that sheet of white paper, and it's now a portrait of whoever it is.
Really?
And it's so good. It's so good. Like, I don't know what's going on over there with that guy or what his deal is, but sign me up for whatever he's having because that's amazing.
Impressive. That's so impressive.
Yeah, that's really crazy. Anyway,
it ain't me.
It ain't you.
It ain't me, babe.
It
ain't me, babe.
For some reason Google Docs says trying to connect. Are you getting that on your end or is it just me?
No, I'm in.
Okay, well that's an unfortunate bit of weirdness. Let's see if I can fix that.
Let me know.
Is there a way to? Maybe it won't matter. Maybe it's just confused. I don't know. It's letting me scroll, so that's all that matters. Then we got a simple texter question here. Scott says, okay, so here's the entirety of the text. I'm going to read it the way it was sent to us without any changes or
embellishment or anything. Okay, all right.
Here we go. And they left a name. This is from someone named Needles. Here we go. Needles says, Scott says, you're not wrong a lot. Brian says, exactly a lot. Love the show, though, Needles. Well, you're not wrong.
Exactly.
All right, Brian, help me out with the next thing I'm going to show you.
All right, good. Couldn't do it, could you? You just couldn't do it.
I can't do it. It was too deadpan. I couldn't do it. It was too well executed, and it
was too bottled up. You just.
Props to Brian though. That was the way to do it. Oh my gosh.
Inside baseball, I saw this thing in the notes, and I said, let's just deadpan respond. You're not wrong, exactly, and just move on to the next thing. And
yeah, I will say, here's a little sub note to that. If you're gonna just send us a thing that just says that we do a thing a lot, I mean, I don't know how to respond to that other than okay, we do. I don't know. I guess I say you're not wrong a lot. Brian says exactly a lot. What are you gonna do?
I used to say absolutely a lot. So I'm all about the definitive responses. Mm-hmm. You get no halfway with me. There's no gray area. Mm-mm. It's either absolutely, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll start going affirmative.
Yeah, do that. Affirmative.
What movie was that? Oh, it was Newt in Aliens. Affirmative.
And she'd put her hand up on her dumb hat she was wearing. I think she was wearing Hicks's helmet or something. Right. So yeah, that's, you know what? That's the new plan. Instead of saying you're not wrong, I will say, you are certainly not incorrect. All right.
Excellent.
That'll be the plan moving over.
Yes.
All right. Final thing. Okay. Before we get to Tadpolly Feud, you got to help me with this. I get this.
Yeah.
I get this attachment via our text line. Normally, if I get a voicemail there, it's just a voicemail file. It's like a call. Mm-hmm. But this was an attached MP4 or MP3 or something.
Oh, really? Attached to? Okay.
All right. You can do. It supports attachments. I've never gotten an audio attachment through there, and I tried it on myself to send it to myself, and it didn't work. So I don't know how this person did it. And also the number, the number's blocked, so there's no. I can't.
Oh no! So you can't even.
And this is what sound. This is what sound came through.
Oh my God! Hold up before you play it.
Yeah.
Did you feel a little nervous playing a thing that was attached to a file that was attached to a message?
A little bit.
A
little bit. That's, in fact, I opened it with what's that software? I have some software that'll take files and see if there's something not what they say they are.
Looking for malware or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't remember what I call it. It's on my PC, so I had to jump back and forth. But it basically said, no, it's just an audio file. And sure enough, it just plays, but it's weird. So I'm going to play it.
For me, it must be McAfee, because I didn't think I had McAfee, but God, I keep getting these reminders to pay for it. And I'm so glad that McAfee people keep reminding me to pay for McAfee, because otherwise I'd have no idea that I had McAfee.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know you had it on there.
Wouldn't even know I had it. All right, please continue with the audio file.
It's its own brand of malware in itself, that McAfee.
That's right.
All right, here's the sound. You help me decipher this. Here we go. All right. What do you make of that?
Wow. Okay. Well, we just triggered somebody who's gonna shoot the senator a la Manchurian Candidate.
Tom in the chat says it's a bong. It's not a bong. I don't think.
No, I don't think it's a bong. It does not sound like liquid. It sounds like somebody with it in their shirt pocket in a noisy Starbucks.
It does sound like that. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that sound your phone will make when you get butt dialed sometimes.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But why would they attach?
Yeah, they'd have to knowingly attach it. So maybe it might be.
I love BioCows. BioCow says, "Well, that's a badger eating chicken wings." As if it was just the most natural answer ever.
You know what? That's as good as anything else. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. It's freaking weird. And why would you send me that? If it was a call, I could understand because it's a butt dial. I get those sometimes.
Right.
In fact, I have
tomato sauce boiling. Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
Let's hear it now.
Tomato sauce boiling.
Everyone picture tomato sauce. I'm going to play it again. Okay, you know what?
All right.
In the right kitchen with the right echo.
And the wrong microphone.
And the wrong mic. Oh, that's weird. Anyway, whoever sent that, I don't know if I should thank them, if I should.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay.
Bemoan them for doing what they did. I don't know. It's very weird. Anyway, there's a subliminal carrier in there. You think Houdini 7? I mean, I don't know what to. How would you decipher a subliminal carrier? You know,
yeah.
I don't even know what that is. Yeah. Is that a thing?
I don't know what that is either.
A subliminal carrier. Let's see what it is. It is silent subliminals. How to make your own subliminal free. Well, I mean, none of this is helping me. There's only the silent subliminal. It doesn't say anything about subliminal carrier anywhere. I don't know. Like, you know, what was the thing that Steve Jobs used to do before he became successful? Oh, phone freaking.
Oh, right. Yes.
Could it be
Phreak? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Could it be that? Some kind of phone freaking recording?
Could be. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was just beeps, where they just beep. Oh, they say slow it down. I could slow it down.
You think it's an audio, like a thing like that?
I have no idea, dude. The whole thing is weird to me. Anyway, if you're someone out there who sent this or know that this came from you even accidentally, can you write in? I need resolution on the mystery. Mm-hmm. It's not much to ask, is it?
No.
You can send us some weird shit. You should be able to explain yourself. That's how I look at it.
And feel free to wait a couple days. So there is a mystery that we can enjoy.
Yeah.
And then follow it up a couple days later with here's what it was.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Tell us all about your soup boiling on the stove or whatever it is you did.
Right.
All right, Dunaway is being rung, and if you know what that means, well, then you know what's coming. Brian Dunaway joins us all the way from South Carolina. Brian, welcome back to the Tadpolly Feud. Hi.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. How are you today?
Good, man. How are you?
Not too bad. It's hump day, and I'm ready to say hump it.
Are you sick of getting beat by the community in Unreal Tournament? Are you sick of that?
Sick of being beat. Have you not checked out my player stats on the Unreal Tournament server? Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll have to look.
I am a massive tool.
I believe it. I'm going to play you. We need to play before Saturday or Friday. I don't know when we're doing this, but we got to get in there and get you in.
What are you doing tonight, you big gib head?
That might work after. It'd have to be after DTNS, but I'm sure we could work that out. You know what? Let's talk, because I would love to. I want to rock your world so that you'll be humble when we do the show on Friday about that game.
I look forward to my humbling.
All right, I look forward to humbling you. Whoops, sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
I was thinking about you the other day. So Tina, while we're trying to get a listener added to this thing, I was thinking about you the other day. Tina and I are currently watching a show called The Other Two. And it's basically, it's a comedy show on HBO, third season, about a family where the youngest kid is like this popular Justin Bieber kind of like just shot up to popularity, and his older two siblings.
I'm liking so far that is reminding
that I'm thinking of you.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you why I'm thinking of you in a second. But his older two siblings are kind of like not really forgotten children, but they kind of are in the shadow of his limelight. And it stars Molly Shannon and Ken, what's his face from Party Down, who's hilarious. And the current
I'm already in. You said Molly. That's it. I'm in.
Molly Shannon, and she's great in this. She's the mom, basically. But there's this guy in there that Scott and I definitely know from She-Hulk and Arrow and a couple other things. A guy named Josh Segarra.
Oh, that guy, dude.
Yeah, the guy who talks like this. Yeah. Every time. Anyway, and I wish I captured it out. But so Molly Shannon has invited the whole family over to watch the premiere of a movie in her house. She's got like this movie theater room, and she's like, "Hey, what kind of snacks does everybody want?" And Josh Segarra goes, "Recies Pieces, yo."
That guy's amazing.
I'm gonna have to capture it
for a reason. It's a thing for a reason, people.
Yeah. That guy's great because we've said it before, but if you look at him, he does not sound how he looks. He looks
exactly. There's a little scene with him in Overboard. I wish it was the Reese's Pieces, yo.
Reese's Pieces.
It sounds like Jesse Pinkman a little bit.
But it's funny how he's kind of. But he sounds exactly the same in everything that he's in, and he's fantastic.
That's
Love
amazing.
It.
I
didn't make up the word Reese's Pieces. I hear it all the time where I'm at. So
the fact that you even leave off the S. You're the only person I know who leaves off the first S and calls it Reese's Pieces.
Yeah,
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah. And now now it sounds normal to me because we've heard him do it so much.
What do you think happens to me?
Exactly. Yeah,
you don't even think anything about it. It's like, I guess it's the word we're using.
Yeah,
I guess it's the way we're saying it.
Yeah, if I see a bag of them. Yeah. Well, how would you pronounce Kelly 138? Hi, Kelly 138.
Just like that.
Would you? Okay, good. You got it right.
Hi, Scott and Brian and Brian.
Hi. We got a Dunaway impression.
I think we're done doing the show now. We've been
it's been
out voiced.
Yeah.
Right.
Inception.
Thank you for letting us call in on your show. Appreciate
no
it.
kidding. It's good to have you here. You're a first timer to the fun here.
Second time, actually. It was a while ago, though.
Oh, it must have been a while. I don't remember having you on before.
It's been a while.
All right. Well, it's gonna be a memorable visit today because Brian's got prizes for you if you win. Brian, will you explain how this works and what he might get?
Sure. It's time to play the Tadpolly Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpole on some nerdy topics. Scott and Brian are going to predict the answers that they gave us, and it is their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Kelly138, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with Scott or Brian. And if your team wins, you'll get a prize package that includes the games Unpacking and WWE 2K23.
Dude,
has a mini game. Has a mini game where you have to get Vince McMahon out as quickly as possible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're currently winning that mini game in real life. So
it's basically how quickly can you leave the building when allegations come up.
Yeah,
that's the best games we've had in a while. Those are
really cool.
Oh,
I don't know about Unpacking. Is it just a game where you unpack suitcases or something?
Kind of, yeah.
It's sorta.
It's one of the most affecting little indie games I played last year. It was so sweet.
It's so good. It's so good at storytelling because you get to learn about the character through the unboxing of the packages, and it doesn't hold your hand too much. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is cool. Oh yeah, the video I'm watching is like them unpacking a dorm room and putting all their stuff on the walls and in drawers and stuff like that. Oh, it's kind of cool.
It's very cool. Really good game.
It sounds stupid on the surface. You're like, oh, that's dumb, and then you start playing. You're like, oh, I'm in love.
Yeah.
This is a thing where if Tina saw me playing this, she'd be like, how come you can't put stuff away in real life like you do in this video game?
Yeah, this is the sort of thing that would annoy my wife as well if I was playing it too much.
And guys, it's just Kelly. Just Kelly's fine.
Okay, Kelly.
Just Kelly's fine. Yeah.
All right.
Whatever, Mr. 123.
We're gonna keep.
Right. Were there 137 Kellys before you, or is there some significance to the 138?
No, I'm a big fan of the Misfits, and We Are 138 is like my favorite song. So
cool.
That's great.
There you go.
A little music connection for you there.
Excellent.
That's great. Love that.
Are you wearing makeup? Are you wearing makeup right now?
I am not wearing makeup. No double lock either. So yeah.
Man, I'm suddenly
Kelly.
Real quick, you were talking in Yeah, thanks, Brian. You were talking in a pre-show about melanoma. My dad was diagnosed with metastatic melanoma back in 2012.
Yeah.
And he was given 6 months to live, and that was 12 years ago.
Oh, geez.
So yeah,
good for
survivor.
Yeah.
Chemotherapy and 2 craniotomies, and the immunotherapy, it completely saved his life.
Oh, man.
He's thankful for every day. So.
I don't like the sound of cranotherapy. That sounds bad.
Craniotomy. He had 2 brain surgeries. They had to cut open his head and pull out tumors out of his brain, but yeah, he's doing great.
Damn.
Dude.
All right.
Legend.
Well, look at that. Yeah, he is a legend. Holy crap. That's awesome.
Do they make it easier? Like the first time, do they put like Lego connectors or something like that so that the second time they can get in there really easily?
The second time was the weird one because that's when they actually had to wake him up and actually ask him questions because they were working on the left side of the brain where the language center is, and they wanted to make sure they didn't cut out part of that. So
is your dad Ray Liotta?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I reference every time.
Yeah.
Whenever he forgets something, I'm like, that's okay, Pop. Don't worry about it. That's just the part they cut out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, dude. That's insane. That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad Okay, one last question about it, and then we'll move on. I, as a joke, asked the old guy when he took out my hunk of skin, I said, can I keep that? Is that a thing I can keep? He said no. He says we don't do that.
Probably want to analyze it or something.
Yeah. Am I the only person? Like, did your dad ever ask, hey, can I hang on to that tumor? It's like a little symbol of my survival, that kind of thing, or any of that? No?
He didn't, but it's because they needed to take it for biopsies. They needed to take it to see exactly like what type of tumor and cells and everything it was. So they had to do some cytology in order to do that. And then the second time was because they weren't sure if it was tumor or if it was just necrosis from all the treatments that he had.
Oh, right.
So they actually had to test it also. No, he couldn't keep any of it.
All right. If I ever have if they ever amputate anything off of me, I'm keeping it because it's mine. I'm doing that.
Sure.
If they say, hey, we got to take the leg, sorry, I'm going to go, well, I'll be taking that leg when you're done. That's how it's going to
be. You do know how things rot, right, Scott?
Can you wrap that up for me, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I won't let it rot. I'll do full preservation.
Oh yeah, you're gonna stick it. You're gonna stick it in the freezer next to the wedding cake.
I think he's gonna make fill a bathtub with resin and then put the leg in there and let the resin harden and have like the coolest damn paperweight ever.
Okay, Brian's speaking my language. That's exactly what we want to do. That's a great idea. Well, anyway, let's get to this game before we run out of time.
Gosh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I thought this was the game.
We actually have a game. All right.
Sorry, I derailed it.
No, you're fine.
That's totally fine. All right, guys, put your hands on your buzzards and answer this. We asked 453 tadpoolers to name a candy that's only available. Brian Dunaway.
Reese's Pieces.
Show me Reese's Pieces. That's only available. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll repeat the whole question for Scott.
Okay.
Name a candy that's only available during the holidays.
Oh, the holidays. I thought you were going to say Halloween. That's funny.
Yeah.
Of course,
during holidays, not the holidays, just during holidays. So
during holidays. Okay.
Right, exactly. So I don't want you to think it's only during that time of year, during Christmas time or anything.
Oh my gosh, this is hard.
During holidays.
Are you kidding me?
Well,
all
right, let's do.
Jesus.
Well, let's do.
Think of a holiday.
There's like Jesus, he says. That's great.
Just go for Christmas and then go. What do I eat at Christmas? What you're off the shug, so.
Well, yeah,
you
that's
haven't
true.
been forever.
No, that's true. You know what I'm going to say? Okay, so back in. I don't know if they still do this, if you can get it all year or not.
God.
But when I was a
You
kid,
Can I just win?
No.
I mean, my wrong answer is better than this no answer.
Slurp my butt. I'm gonna say those British Easter eggs you get, the chocolate Easter eggs that you can't get any other time.
Kinders.
Are they Kinders?
Is that what you want to go with?
Or are
Give
they
me a little more specific.
Who is the one where they go bok bok?
Okay, good. All right, that's the one I'm looking at. That's what I needed. All right, show me those weird British eggs. Bok bok.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
the Cadbury cream egg.
I'm sorry, Kelly. I should have waited for the full question.
Oh, that's amazing. All right.
All right.
Kelly,
Kelly, you are now settled. I mean, you are teamed up with Scott Johnson, and good luck with that.
I love how everyone else is making it sound easy. This is hard. I don't know what. I can't think of too many of these, but Kelly, do you have any that are?
Oh, candy canes. It's got to be number one.
It's got to be number one.
Duh. All right. That's a good one. I see they have like tropical flavors during the year, but you're right, the peppermint ones.
Who's eating a candy cane in like April, Scott? Nobody.
August. Can I have one of those tropical flavored candy canes in August? Show me candy cane.
Okay.
That's number two.
Oh, I know number one. I'll bet number one is candy corns. The Halloween candy corns.
Oh, I was going to say that's what this is. That was candy corn.
Right.
Yeah, candy cane, candy corn.
Candy corn. By the way, somebody wrote candy came, and I think that's my favorite inadvertent porn title, by the way.
Wow.
Show me candy corn.
Wow.
Marcy's Playground.
Number one answer right there.
I love Marcy Playground. Or Marcy, it's not Playground.
Marcy's
Playground?
Marcy Pieces. Marcy Pieces.
Whatever. I love that.
Pieces.
I love that band. Marcy Pieces. All right. Kelly, got one?
Yes.
Got one there?
We'd have to go Peeps.
Oh, Peeps.
Peeps.
See, I know for a fact. I know for a fact you can buy those all year, but I get the point that someone might vote for a Peep because that makes sense, right?
Well, originally just around during Easter, right? Because they were little chicks, but now you can get like. I don't know. Can you really get those year-round Peeps?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get this impression that Scott's local candy store has all the candies all year round.
All year round.
This is not typical.
Exactly.
This is not typical of the rest of the country.
You could easily just go on, Amazon and buy a 4-pack of Peeps. It's not like a.
That's not
you
seasonal.
You certainly can. But I think you can in Halloween times you can get pumpkin Peeps, and you can probably get there's some sort of Christmas Peeps you can get.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
You can also eat Halloween candy in April. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's
either.
probably old.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom actually gave out Halloween candy that was from April like 2019. And I bit into an Almond Joy, and you know how usually the almond is the hardest thing in an Almond Joy? No, the coconut had turned into a hockey puck.
Oh my God! Was the almond chewy too? That'd be great.
No, right? That, like they've switched. All right, Peeps, show me a marshmallow Peeps. Yeah, so far the four worst candies were your top four right there.
Right.
Okay, how about these are too specific. All right, I'm going to say
I like conversation hearts during Valentine's.
Those
It's
are
coming
good.
up, so conversation hearts.
Those are perfect. Yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
I didn't know that's what those were called. Is that what they're called? I guess
conversation hearts, yeah, because they say "be mine" and "I love you" and stuff like
Sure.
that. All right, show me those sweet hearts, candy heart, conversation hearts.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
I think we're doing just fine, Dunaway. I don't know what you were
guys
worried
are doing
about.
just fine. Yeah.
I would give most of the credit to Kelly. You can say we, but it's Kelly. Kelly.
Okay, let me ask. Kelly is a song called Kelly.
I've never heard that before.
No,
I think you've only been on here once before, and I'll bet you at that point we did the Kelly. Kelly. Why? Why? Because you're Kelly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kelly.
How about there's seasonal jelly beans and stuff, right?
Jelly beans themselves are seasonal for the most part.
Are they? For what holiday, though?
Scott, where do you live?
Let him get to it.
Are jelly beans tiny? Are they tiny Easter eggs? Has that always been true? I don't know what they're for. I don't know what they're for. Kelly, how does that sound?
Lack of candy
I would
knowledge.
say jelly beans are more eaten during the Easter season, yes.
Okay, let's do them. Jelly beans.
All right. Show me jelly beans. Easter thing, and yeah, unfortunately, number what was it, 12 or 13? No, 12 was jelly beans. You can get them year round, especially the Jelly Belly or the multi-flavor Harry Potter booger beans or whatever they're called. But yeah, primarily a thing that you put in the Easter basket with that shitty plastic grass, so that your kids have something to eat when they.
I love the edible grass. You guys ever get that?
No.
Easter
egg? We started getting that here in Colorado just a few years ago. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the edible grass.
Not that kind of grass.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, maybe not that.
It's like 20 states now. About 20 states have edible grass. You can just get it. We're going to Vegas. Exactly. They have edible grass down there.
They have edible grass there too, yeah.
No, we never did,
that's something that the dispensaries need to make, is edible grass that looks like plastic Easter grass.
It'd probably smell bad. Is the problem. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
But I know this.
It'll look like green Big League Chew is what it'll look like.
when we were young, and also with my own kids, that the crappy little papery grass that you would put in those things, you'd find that stuff at Christmas under the couch or stuck to a drapery somewhere.
Yes.
It was the worst.
Or the worst is when your dog eats the inedible grass and then it comes out the other end hanging.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no.
Right, yeah.
That's not good. All right, Dunaway, you got to try now.
All right, I think I'm going to go with the hollow chocolate bunny rabbit.
Sure.
Shit.
You got to eat those tail first so you can hear the rabbit scream. Show me chocolate Easter bunny. Yeah, chocolate Easter eggs, chocolate Easter bunnies. Basically, I'm talking about those hollow things that make you feel like you're getting a lot of good chocolate for your money, but you're not. You're getting the thinnest possible piece of chocolate you can possibly.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay with Easter. Just has some of the most unique candy that you would only want to eat then. Like I love robin eggs. Whoppers sells a really good version of them.
The melted milk. Yep. All right. Show me robin eggs.
Robin eggs are missing out.
Number 22 on the list.
Yeah. Okay. How do we feel about? Those aren't going to work.
Well, if a chocolate bunny is specific, I gotta ask Brian this. Is chocolate Santa different than a chocolate bunny?
Oh, good question.
Would be, yes.
Oh, I don't know if that gives me confidence though. The way he said it.
Yeah. If I had to think about it, that's probably a clue right there. Yeah.
I love reading Ibit is my favorite part of this game.
Yeah, I guess if somebody would have said that, I would treat it as a different answer. Yeah.
Got it.
What are those little what are those called? Gosh dang it, they're little
little
I don't know what they're called. I don't even know how to describe them. They're like hard or bark chocolate kind of, but they're peppermint flavored. You only see them around Christmas. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like
peppermint bark. You just nailed it.
Yeah, he's
Isn't
peppermint
there
bark.
a bark something that's peppermint flavored?
Is that what it's called? I really have fallen.
Peppermint bark.
I have really fallen out of the candy knowledge.
How do you have the shug problem? You don't even know what candy is.
My shug problem comes from rice and pasta, man. It's not a candy thing. But anyway, I think that let's do that. The peppermint bark today.
All right, show me peppermint bark. It was number 14. Peppermint bark is a seasonal candy, but other answers beat it surprisingly.
All right, Dunaway, it's you again.
I'm gonna go with some goody gumdrops. Is like to put on the gumdrop tree at Christmas time. I think you can get the rest of the year too, but I wouldn't.
You stick them on your gingerbread house, right? You glue.
You can stick them there. We do a little traditional thing here. We got like a thorn bush. You can stick them on those and make little.
Oh, really?
Did you grow up as
a thorn bush?
It's the old tradition, Brian. You take your gumdrops and you put them on the old thorn bush outside.
Well, see, that's
the old
that
Christmas thorn bush.
that teaches the kids a lesson.
We called it
try to take my candy.
Right, exactly. Don't just bite the gumdrops off of the thorn bush. Yeah. Learn the lesson, kids.
When I was a kid, we called it the Yule bush. Anyway, go ahead.
We call it the owie sticky.
Yeah.
That bush has gotten smaller and smaller over the years. Show me gumdrops.
Oh, no goody gumdrops.
I don't think anybody said gumdrops. I'm looking through the list here. No gumdrops.
All right. How does my grandma had a bunch of ribbon candy? Now, that just seems like old lady candy, but I think it was right around Christmas, right? Is that all it is? All right. So
I don't know. My aunt always makes me peanut brittle every single Christmas.
Oh, peanut brittle, duh.
I think peanut brittle's a good one.
Because this list doesn't say anything that it doesn't have to be store-bought. Well, even then, you can get peanut brittle. So, yeah, let's do peanut brittle. Penis.
All right.
Peanut brittle.
Okay.
Did you say something?
I said my penis is brittle. I got to go to the
doctor.
doctor.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Show me peanut brittle.
Oh, frick!
No.
Oh, man.
All right. That was your third strike, Brian. You've got one last chance to get some points on the board. Scott's currently beating you 19-7.
Oh, nice. Good job. Kelly's beating me by that many points.
That's
okay.
Right. Let's be exactly. Let's be clear on who's beating him.
And remember, Dunaway, I subbed to your Twitch channel, just by the way.
Oh my gosh!
So you know.
Wow.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to totally going to throw this. No, but I am having trouble. I'm having trouble because Scott's shooting me the birds like crazy.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm just fixing the borders on it. You're good. Keep talking.
My favorite thing is, like those. But it didn't go well for you guys. Those chocolate or fudge dip Oreos, those are really good.
Oh yeah, I only ever see those at Christmas, the fudge dip ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're often given by somebody, right? They're made at home.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that because that didn't work out so good. So I'm gonna go. Did we say Kinder? Did we say Kinder eggs? Is that?
I don't know. You tell us if we did.
Said yet.
Okay, Kinder eggs, please.
All right, show me. Oh, don't choke on that toy, kid. Kinder eggs.
They sell them all year round, but I usually only get them during that time.
So iMac Head in the chat just said chocolate oranges. I'll bet that's on here, isn't it?
Chocolate
oranges, number 8. Yeah.
That's my favorite. Dang it!
Yeah, because you gotta whack it. You gotta whack it down on the table, and then it splits into pieces.
Yeah.
Your
cinnamon hearts.
Your penis brittle.
No cinnamon hearts, surprisingly. Let's look at number 5. Reese's peanut butter eggs.
Peanut butter eggs. Okay.
Peanut butter eggs.
You were
I
close.
love those. Those are fantastic.
And then number 6. Reese's pumpkin cups.
Oh my God! The Recies.
And the Reese's trees. Let me tell. Reese's trees are 10.
Reese's trees were number 11, which is really funny. Yeah, exactly. This one here is one that I say I don't think of as seasonal. It is number 10. Chocolate covered cherries or cherry cordials.
No, I eat those all the time. Yeah.
Enough people said that they were seasonal. It was like, oh, really? Okay, all right.
It's because they go on sale at Walmart for a box of them for like 50 cents. So you can buy you can buy a ridiculous amount of diabetes for like $5. So
right,
whole box of them.
All right, so let's take a look at some of the answers you didn't get here. Fruitcake, I would argue that's not really candy. It's filled with candies, but
doesn't count.
Sometimes filled with rum. Marzipan pigs, that's I guess a Norway thing. Mint M&Ms you get around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Ribbon candy was on the list, but number 21. Almond roca. Is on the list there.
Brock's those are great.
Mellow cream pumpkins.
Those are good too.
Yeah.
Cadbury around Halloween apparently makes something called Scream eggs, which are like Cadbury cream eggs, but they're pumpkin spice, I'm guessing.
Clever girl. Yeah.
That's right. Caramel apples. Somebody says chocolate turkeys or turkey-shaped candies, sometimes available for Thanksgiving. Never heard of such a thing. Peppermint nougat. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, somebody did say cinnamon hearts. Okay, there's that. Circus peanuts. No, I think you can get that hot garbage year round.
Oh yeah, there's no limit to where you can get that.
Yeah. Corn nuts, Count Chocula cereal. That's
that's
neither of those are candy.
Yeah, but I love them, and they are very seasonal.
Eggnog flavored anything. Again, you're stretching the terms. Gingerbread Twix. Now we're back on track. Somebody said something called Haven't Hash. Have you heard of Haven't Hash?
Haven't Hash. That sounds like another edible.
Another thing from Colorado.
Edible grass.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not something I've ever heard of. Those little Lifesaver storybooks that you get around Christmas time.
Oh,
that you
yeah,
open up
yeah.
and have a little roll of Lifesavers.
That's a tradition.
Yeah. Let's see here. Peanut brittle, peppermint Oreo-like cookies, kind of similar to what you're saying. Red Hots.
Oh, Red Hots, baby. Well, those are all
Red
yours.
Red Hots.
Those are all yours.
Red Hots.
You get those
Selection boxes. Maybe just a British thing. Yep, sure.
Never heard of it.
Speculous biscuits. Yep, that's another just a British thing.
Speculous? Gross.
Speculous.
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound good at all.
You can get speculoos candy or the cookie butter. You can get that here.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I do love the speculous cookies. But cookie butter, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Why do they call it speculous? They have the other one, when they call them digestives. What's wrong with British people?
Yeah.
People are weird, man. The names you give shit.
And finally, let's do somebody in all caps, Violet Crumble Santa.
Wow.
That's probably an Australian thing.
Never heard of that. But I do know this. Here's the good news.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Dunaway. What do you like?
Oh, I like that Scott's giving digestives a hard time when we have something called candy corn.
But doesn't everyone have it because we force our culture on others? Don't they all have it now? I think that's what happens.
What's worse, candy
Shut
floss
up and eat your candy
or candy corn?
Candy floss?
Yeah. Candy floss.
I think that sounds terrible. I do not want candy floss. I've already have enough dental problems. Anyway, this is the good news right here. Where is it?
Congratulations. You're a winner.
You won, and Dunaway did not. Let's make that clear. The good news is you won all these codes.
The other one?
The what? What'd you say? Say it again.
I said I'm over 40. Don't I get the other one?
Oh, no, that's only for your birthday, but we can give you that.
Happy birthday.
I know.
There you go. Now you're old. Here's
No.
the deal. You get all these games, and Brian's going to just DM them directly to you
right
here in a
I'm
second.
doing it right now.
Yep, and you're going to be happy because they're actually excellent games, and I'm glad that Brian Dunaway had such a poor performance today. Just for you. Have a fantastic time. We'll see you next time. Hey, Dunaway, listen up, dude. We are playing Unreal Tournament this weekend for Play Retro.
Yes.
We're literally going to play it first, and then we're going to have a big discussion about it. All jokes aside, whether or not I beat you or not doesn't matter. What really matters is that game's rad, and we're gonna dive deep, and then also we're gonna question why they have let that languish. I call it Fortnite killed it, but we'll talk more.
Of course, yeah. Fortnite definitely killed it. That's where the crew that was making the 2014 Unreal Tournament 4, they got recruited and they went over to Fortnite, and that's what you get.
Yeah,
that's what you get.
Those guys can kiss my hairy butt.
But wait, RetroGib.com. That's where you can get all the information for the Play Retro Unreal Tournament server.
Retro
that we're
Gib.
running right now.
Yep. Some say Jib, we say Gib, and
I say Gib so that no one misspells it.
Yeah, I've always
You're
said
not going to
Gib.
misspell Gib. You might misspell Jib.
That's true. I always say Gib. Have since Doom days. So Gib is what it is, as far as I care. But go there, check it out. RetroGib.com. .com. And
join the server. Play with us.
Join the server. Play with us. It's fun, and even the bots are good because Unreal Tournament had great bots. Anyway, Dunaway, kiss our butts.
Oh, you.
Yeah. Enjoy those Recies Pieces, yo.
Recies Pieces. You got to cap that.
Speculous, by the way, I thought was English, but no, they are. And now that I think about it, they come in windmill shapes, so they're Dutch. Sometimes German or Belgian, but originally those Dutch windmill cookies. You know those that like sometimes have slivered almonds in them and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what those are. And you're right.
It does come from the term speculum, but more from its meaning of mirror, because they were usually rolled out like a big rolling pin would roll out a ton of these cookies already cut out and shaped.
Okay.
Because the rolling pin had indentations.
But not the Not the Hooter tube, medical tube.
Not the Hooter tube.
Right. That's good. You don't want the Hooter tube. Trust me.
No.
They're cold. They're cold. Also, we found out the other day. So Kim had, I think Carter told me this. Anyway, Kim had her mammogram, and it's cold. The thing is cold.
Yes.
And we found out in France, they only use constantly warmed mammogram machines.
Really?
Yeah. What the hell? And they have socialized healthcare, which is pretty nice. But you put your boob in there, and it's not immediately freezing. It's like a nice
frozen.
little.
It's like
They still got to clamp it down. They still got to pancake
it's still
it.
painful as hell, but at least it's not cold and painful.
That's right.
Warm and painful.
Right. And Carter, how do you feel about circus peanuts? You're talking about me? Yeah. I was eating them last night at the theater. You ate them at the theater? Yeah. You got to quit eating. Yeah, she loves them. I don't know what her deal is. Her whole life since a little kid, circus peanut is her jam. They're delicious. Oh my gosh.
And you have a theater that sells circus peanuts?
Yeah, we have a theater that'll get you whatever you need, Brian. They got drugs. They got,
What do you need? What do you need?
What do you need? I got everything right here. I got circus peanuts. I got a meth ball. Anyway, she went and saw Godzilla -1 black and white like you did last night.
Oh, nice. Now she's seen both then, right? She's seen both black and white.
She did.
And color?
Did you like? Which did you prefer?
Both had really cool stuff.
Yeah.
But I will say there were parts that were really dark in black and white where you couldn't really see.
Oh, where you could see less.
Really?
Really
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay. So the other one's a little more visually readable. I mean, that makes sense. That was true of black and chrome. Yeah.
The black and white make Godzilla
Yeah.
more intimidating.
Oh yeah, it's got to be way more intimidating and dark, right? Brian, you said that. I think you mentioned that. He's a lot more.
It's a little. I mean, I didn't see both, so I had nothing to compare it to. But like when you first see Godzilla coming out of what he comes out of in black and white, it feels way scarier than I imagine it would have felt in color.
Oh, I can't wait to see either one or both.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will see both. And quit eating circus peanuts; they're bad for you. All right.
That's right.
I know you're an adult and you get to choose your own eating. Oh, you went and got it somewhere else. All right. They don't have it at the theater. I misappropriated some theater things. We're going to take a break. When we come back from this break, Tom Merritt's going to join us. We're going to talk some tech, and then we got our recommendals all lined up. So all this is coming up after this song break. Brian Broad, what'd you bring?
Yeah, I got indie pop female pop singer because this is kind of, this is becoming kind of my wheelhouse, whether it's like Clairo or Mitski. There's a lot of great indie pop artists that I like that happen to be female singers, and so it's becoming kind of a thing for me. Here's another one, and I can't tell where she's from. She is from, because I always like saying that. Yeah, it's not in the first few paragraphs, so I'm not gonna know. She's got a brand new album coming out called Chasing Daylight. It's going to be really good. Based on this song, it's going to be really good. This happens to be the title track. Lauren Minier and Chasing Daylight.
So what is it? Carnation milk, the best in the land. Comes in a tin with a red and white band. No tits to pull, no hay to pitch. Just punch 2 holes in the son of a bitch.
Mom, he's right. My turkey salad doesn't taste as fresh as yours.
And we're back, everybody. Tell me who that was one more time.
That is Lauren Minier, M-I-N-E-A-R, or Minier, maybe Minier. Because if you put a K, it's Kinnear. Lauren Minier, and a song called Chasing Daylight that is from her upcoming album, which has the same name.
Not to confuse people, because you just told me about an artist and their album, but who was that band you put me onto last week? The name?
Oh, yeah, Little Daylight.
It's good.
Aren't they great? Yeah, again, similar kind of thing, right? Very similar, like indie pop singer, but very much like my description to you was a little bit of phases, a little bit of churches, and a little bit of 80s altered images.
Yeah, very, very apt description. It's real good. You guys go seek it out.
Yeah, Little Daylight is the name of the band.
Yeah, and they're everywhere. I checked all the services.
Yeah, I might have to use one of those in one of my upcoming rounds of Music League.
I think that sounds great. Get in there, get on it. Okay, we're going to call Thomas McMerritt coming in.
We want Tom.
We definitely want Tom. Tom is here. We talk tech with Tom. We do it on Wednesdays, and we find out what's going on in the world of technology news, because later we got the Daily Tech News Show to worry about, and it's always a good time. Yeah, it'll be great. Not really worry about so much as dominate, you know? That's more like
my
what I mean.
worry.
Yeah,
you guys get to enjoy it.
That's right. We get to enjoy it. Tom stresses the entire time. Tom, welcome back to the the show. How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. How are you both?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Thanks.
We're doing okay. What is happening in the world? I feel like this is one of those weeks where I feel like there's so much going on in my life that I've lost a few tracks. I don't know what's happening in tech, except for the big Activision switchover, a few other things like that. Other than that, I'm kind of out of the loop. So you got to help me and everyone else today.
Apple Vision Pro has kind of dominated the news this week.
That's right. Friday, that thing comes out.
Yeah, last week was the order, or 2 weeks ago was the orders, and then this week the NDA went up. So yesterday all the reviews came out, and the shipping date is Friday. So people will be picking them up and getting them into their hands. We've talked about that Monday and Tuesday. I don't know that there's much else to talk about today on DTNS. And we are planning to have an all-star crew on Friday's DTNS. Sarah Lane, Eileen Rivera from Apple Vision Show, the new Apple show, along with Nika Monfort and Terrence Gaines from SnobOS are all going to be on the show on Friday to talk about it.
Wow. So overall, the takeaways seem fairly positive. From what I'm reading.
Yeah, positive but confused. That's how I would summarize the reviews of like, hey, it seems to work well, but it's not a finished product. Like it's not. It's
really?
Okay. It's the best of these kinds of things, but we still don't know what these kinds of things are for. And it's something that it's got 2 hours of battery life, so you're either going to want to plug it in or swap the batteries, but the batteries aren't hot swappable. Might be a little heavy on your face to wear for a long time, although it's the lightest of any of them out there. It's definitely sort of, it's the best in its class. We just don't know how good the class is.
That's a good point. Okay. Yeah, that's a weird thing. It's a device without a, I mean, not that it doesn't have competition. Clearly the Quest 3 and other things would like to tell you they're good.
And Real and a bunch of others out there in the same space. And there's no disagreement that Apple has made a quality piece of hardware. There is definitely a question of whether you should spend $3,500 on it, not because the hardware doesn't live up to the price. It almost does. But do you need it? Do you need to spend $3,500 on it for anything? Especially because Apple was really pushing the entertainment aspect of it most recently, and it's like, well, that's pretty pricey thing just to be able to watch a big movie on your face when you're on a plane or something like that.
Oh God, yeah.
There's also the work aspect of it that they pushed at WWDC that they don't seem to be pushing as much. Although Zoom came out and talked about how its app is going to be ready. But there's been a lot of stories about how Apple has not fostered good relationships with developers, especially big developers like Google and Netflix. So you're not going to have apps for Netflix or YouTube at launch. You'll be able to get them through the browser on the thing, and it is basically a full computer on your head.
Right.
So there's that. But yeah, it will be interesting to see once it gets in the hands of a large number of users what the actual users decide it's good or not good for.
After reading through some reviews a little bit here and there, what I came away with was basically a three-pronged sensibility. One, that the tech is amazing. People think the tech is truly, really great.
It's 100% across the board. Everybody's impressed by the tech.
Yeah, nobody's blown. Nobody's holding back on that. But it lacks in a couple of ways. One is it's heavier than they'd like. So even offloading the battery has still not enough to make it a little uncomfortable after long sessions, based on most of the reviews I read. That's kind of a problem across the board for AR, VR.
Not the heaviest, right?
No.
But still, it on its own, maybe a little heavier than you want to wear for a long time. Yeah,
Sure.
I've seen that.
And sometimes that's just a center of gravity problem. I don't mean the persons, but the headset itself, the way it's constructed. So that can probably change with further iterations. Stuff gets smaller, whatever. And then the other thing is, it's the thing that does best is play video, but it's also the simplest thing it can do, right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't seem like you alluded to that, but the idea that I'm going to spend nearly 4K for a thing that is just really good at showing me a movie
Right.
And before people go, well, that's really dumb. I can watch a movie on my monitor. It will be able to do 3D movies in a way that televisions have never been able to satisfactorily do them. Disney is on board to do that. Apple is converting a bunch of things to that. So it will be able to let you watch a video in a way you couldn't otherwise. I'll give it that, but whether that's enough.
Yeah.
There's a DJ Pro, which is one of the things I use to do Coverville, allows me to do segueing from one song into another and things like that. Apparently there is a Vision Pro version of that, a version made specifically for that. And all I can assume is that it's two giant turntables and you know, like basically just reach out your hands and mix and stuff like
Probably.
that.
Pinch to click, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like the keyboard, the virtual floating keyboard is not awesome yet, but it has glimpses of, oh, this could be great once refined or whatever. And so beyond that, like if you're trying to get the general public on board, feel like we need two things. One, a refinement of the things we just talked about, and a price that is not in the freaking sky.
Something attainable price-wise, yeah.
And price, I think Apple has shown before that it can have a ridiculous price for a thing. And then if it catches on and people like it, that will become less of an issue. Both the price will come down and people will start to see the value in it. So if you look at this thing like a MacBook Pro, right? Everybody's thinking about it compared to an iPhone, and the price is crazy compared to that. But if you look at it compared to a MacBook Pro, this is a top of the line spec'd out MacBook Pro. The question is whether people will look at it once they use it as like, oh yeah, this is kind of like having a MacBook Pro on my face, because it's got the M series chip, it's got an R chip that's specific for the Reality OS. It is justifiable to expect that based on the power of the device and the capabilities of the device. But that leaves out the use case of like, yeah, but I'd still rather just do it on a MacBook Pro. If that ends up being the case, then this is not going to have that same thing that the iPhone and the iPad and everything else has, which is like, yeah, it's a bit expensive, but it does this stuff that is amazing, and so I want it.
Yeah. My expectation is this: we're going to go a few years, and it will refine and get smaller, and the use cases will get more obvious. It'll be like when they release something because it's tiny, like the MacBook Airs when that first happened.
Vision Air is what it's going to be.
Yeah,
right?
and they do that because look how thin it is. It fits in this folder on stage with Steve Jobs. That's amazing. We're all going to get this. Well, they don't even make the Air anymore. They just make MacBooks now, and they're all as thin as the Air was, and it's just refined itself into a category of your normal ass thing you buy. I think that's what
compare it to the watch. Actually.
Oh, that's interesting. Tell me more.
Well, because it's a thing where it came out and they were like, it's really great, but at what?
Yeah.
And it was also really expensive. And people were like, I don't know, I'd pay that for a watch, especially a watch I'm not going to be wearing the rest of my life. That thing's going to, time out, battery's going to die and all of that after a few years. And then we learned that it was really good at fitness and really good at health monitoring, and that became the use case. And now that's the Apple Watch is the leading wearable because of that. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's the Apple Watch.
I like the comparison, actually. Now that you've said it, that makes sense. Well, let's see what happens as time goes on. For now, you ain't getting my $4,000 until it gets smaller and cheaper. All right.
Right. Exactly.
I do like the idea of like computing on it. See, that's interesting to me. Give me a little Bluetooth keyboard until they work out the floating one. Right. Give me a mouse.
And you can do that and see the keyboard. It's well designed, right? Because you can see the world around you, so you can see your keyboard, but also see the floating monitors. So, yeah, maybe there's something to it.
Something to that, yeah. Multiple floating monitors. That's the other thing. Imagine a world where, okay, so let's say you buy a MacBook Air or a MacBook Pro, and you spec it out to be about the same price as this thing. That includes the one screen built into it. If you want to have additional 4K, whatever, you got to buy multiple screens. You're going to spend a bunch of cash there. This thing could, in theory, have, I don't know, maybe unlimited, probably not, but some many numbers of virtual screens surrounding you, and you'll never pay a dime for those screens. I mean, there is a way to think about this in the computing way, like you brought up, that I had not thought of until today's segment. So thanks for that, Tom Merritt. You did it.
You're welcome. And in 5 years, when we're sitting here talking to each other with lightweight Apple Vision lights on our face, we can laugh. How skeptical
we can laugh, but it will seem like a weird laugh because our eyes will be haunting and strange inside of that thing.
Right. They'll just be staring at you.
No, we'll be talking about how they have finally got the eyes right, and they're not even creepy anymore.
Yeah. Maybe they'll get it right. They get the eye.
We got used to the eyes. We don't mind them anymore. It's a fashion statement to have the weird eyes.
Exactly. Look, I just switched to Angelina Jolie eyes. Click. Oh, look at those.
Oh, I want to do that.
I've got Betty Davis eyes.
Can I be Steve? I want to be Steve Buscemi eyes. Can I do that? I can do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Buscemi eyes.
Buscemi eyes.
Buscemi eyes.
Buscemi. Sorry, Brian. Sorry. You got to keep that straight. That is all the kind. You can get this kind of stuff every day on Daily Tech News Show, like deep coverage and all the hot news and the breakings and the whatnots. Today I'm going to be on, and part of today's show will be talking about this switchover of power over at Activision Blizzard. They pulled from a strange place compared to kind of where we thought things were going to head. There were also some more layoffs. Things are kind of weird over there. I'm going to help break some of that down along with the rest of the lineup. So
an unlikely raid leader.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody, more whelps. Get on the side. I don't know how to raid lead. Tom Merritt, anything else happening that you'd like to tell the folks about?
Yeah, AppleVisionShow.com is the new show hosted by Sarah Lane and Eileen Rivera, all about people's perspective on Apple's vision for how your computer life should work. So taking a look at what Apple says should work, and then talking about how it works for them. So obviously kicking off with the Apple Vision Pro, right, and that conversation around that, but also talking about creative tools and Apple Music and Apple TV and all that kind of stuff. So if you have not already, and I know a lot of you have, so thank you for that, pop on over and get it at AppleVisionShow.com.
That's awesome. Tom Merritt, everybody. You know him, you love him. We'll see you later this afternoon.
Bye now.
Bye now. Okay. That's weird. I lost my toolbar. There it is. All right. Well done. That was great as always. Let's get the recommendals people. Oh, Brian, you okay? You all right? You all right?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
That was trouble right there.
It was trouble. Just fine. Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
All right.
Thank you.
I get those.
Just Nicole, by the way, today.
Oh, Randy's out.
Yeah.
Was that last minute kind of thing, or
last minute kind of thing? Yeah.
Meeting probably.
He says he just didn't want to bring a dark cloud to the show today, and we love him.
That.
We're sending all our love out to him.
Yeah, they're going through some stuff there at that company.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the deal here. We got this right here.
Well, what do you recommend?
The lovely music can only mean one thing. Nicole Spag is with us. Hi, Nicole.
That's me.
That's you.
Hi.
You only get the lovely music. That's how we handle you.
I remember we used to play the song "Old Nicole."
Oh, Nicole. Yeah, when it was just you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the days. I still have that somewhere.
I don't think they have a Nicole and Randy song.
I have a Nicole
Is there a song called Randy?
I don't know. So let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I got a bunch of clips of you. So let's see what we have.
Beady 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 beep.
Okay, that's you doing that. How about this one?
I'm Batman.
Okay, that's you saying you're Batman.
I just got 25% more gas released.
Oh my Lord. I don't know where your theme is though. I can't find it.
Chido, chido.
Oh.
I like that one though.
I don't know what I got.
I love
here
it.
you are. Yeah, there's Nicole. Anyway,
excellent.
We're glad to have you here, and we're gonna do recommendals. We got stuff we watched on streaming services. We think you guys might enjoy them. We're gonna start with Brian because we always do. Brian, what do you got here?
Sure. This is a movie today, and it's when you hear this clip, it's based on a real clip out there that happened, and you should pretty much know exactly. As opposed to a fake, as opposed to something fictional. Yes, like it's a movie. So this is the scene you're going to hear is a recreation of something that you can go on YouTube and hear the original version of.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
I'm interested in this because I forgot what you said you watched.
Good. Excellent.
Good. This will be new to me. Here we go.
Yo, what up, everybody? Roy and Kitty here. I've done a few of these now, mostly on my investing methodology, but today I'm going to try something a little different. Here's what I want to talk about. I'm going to pick a stock and talk about why I think it's interesting, and that stock is GameStop. I know it's a polarizing stock, and Some of you are probably going to tune out of the stream right now when you hear I'm bullish on GameStop, but I am. You can see it is now the biggest position by far in the Roaring Kitty portfolio. So, yeah, I think everyone else is crazy, and I think I'm right, but I've been wrong plenty of times in the past. So, Wall Street just doesn't see it. Why? Mr. Market, why? The hedge funds are overlooking the value in the company just like they overlook the people who shop there. They assume most people download games online now. But look, 25% of gamers still buy new discs from GameStop and 40% buy used games from the store. I mean, the market's kind of forced my hand here. What more can I say? I just like the stock.
I didn't know the Riddler was so into.
So that was the real clip.
No, that was Paul Dano.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because it sounded like Paul Dano.
Yes, that was Paul Dano doing the same audio, the same basically.
Okay.
As you can watch, you can go back and watch the YouTube video of Keith Gill doing that same intro. Yeah, this is a movie called Dumb Money and came out last year in theaters, but now available on Netflix. And the huge cast on this thing. Paul Dano, who you heard right there, his brother played by Pete Davidson, Vincent D'Onofrio, America Ferrera, Nick Offerman, Sebastian Stan, Shailene Woodley, Seth Rogen playing, the poor schmuck who really gets the brunt of this thing. But basically,
Playing
it's
Seth
all about
Rogen? No.
playing Seth Rogen. Hey, look, I'm just trying to get a tennis court torn down. So anyway, it's all about the GameStop thing that happened in 2021 during the pandemic. This guy who comes across in this movie as way more of a sympathetic person than he did, or than I assumed at the time. I really kind of at the time lumped this in with like crypto bros and NFT and stuff like that. But this representation of him, and I don't know how accurate it is, really makes him come across as, oh man, this guy really did believe in what he was doing. He wasn't trying to F the system. And it turned out that it did kind of, make the fat cats, the big bad rich people squirm in their seats a little bit and kind of help out a lot of little people. Unfortunately, some other little people really did lose a lot of money in this thing because of, jumping in late or thinking it was quick and easy money, and it turned out not to be because of just the way it works.
Free Ranger says it reminded him a lot of The Big Short, and I felt the same way.
Very
so
much like The Big Short.
Yeah.
Basically, you take The Big Short and you take out the little interstitial
fourth wall stuff.
Fourth wall stuff. Margot Robbie taking a bath and explaining banking to you, for example. But I think that's what she was talking about. I'm not 100% sure.
I know. I was very distracted during that scene. I really don't know what's happening.
Can I just say, when you said Seth Rogen, I thought Joe Rogan.
Oh, you did? No, he's too busy.
You guys are gonna tell me you're gonna put a lot of money into this thing, and by the way, the pandemic was a whole fake thing. Pandemic.
It's
anyway,
kind of a terrible Joe Rogan, but I like it.
Horrible Joe Rogan. Like that's the first time I think I've ever tried to do a Joe Rogan. And I'm gonna make emu anus. Try that. All right. Anyway, so this is on Netflix right now. It is very well done, very well produced, and does give you a much more in-depth explanation of how this all happened, who lost money, who made money, how they did it, and why the House committee was brought in to say, hey, I think actually there might be a problem here if people can do this, and there might be some corruption going on in the system that allows the bigwigs to keep making more money and the people not without the money making less and getting kind of the shaft on this.
Wasn't there that app Robinhood that kind of took off during this time too?
So this I assume this talks about them, right?
This absolutely talks about them, and is Sebastian Stan plays one of the guys behind Robinhood, and boy, without giving too much away, that guy kind of got a little bit of the shaft. So it's it's very, very interesting. This is really good. It's on Netflix right now, and it's told in a way that if you don't follow a lot of the tech industry, the financial industry, don't worry about it. You don't have to know. It's explained in a way that's very attainable and very approachable. And again, Paul Dano, for whatever reason, the dude cannot do wrong for me. He is so good.
No,
Everything
I love him.
So good.
Every time I see him, I get excited about whatever it is I'm watching. Something about him.
Clancy Brown is in this thing, by the way, as Keith's dad.
Steve
So
Gill.
Gil. Do we think GameStop is going to survive? Because I have a 12-year-old kid waiting till he is 14 to apply. He has a goal of working at GameStop.
It will last that long. It'll last that long.
It'll last 4 more years. I don't know what it'll be. I mean, they tried that whole thing with like having a Nintendo store in there, and it's still you could go in there and buy little plastic Pokemon and stuff like that.
If I had to guess, there's probably another 10 years in there, and they will either pivot to be something completely different, or they will go away. I just can't see them surviving.
Barnes and Noble. They're turning into toy stores. Toys R Us is gone. So these other little kind of niche-y stores are kind of taking it over.
Right.
And record stores, album stores. Like anytime I go into the Barnes and Noble by us, there's usually half a dozen people in the vinyl section buying albums, and it really surprises me that they've made it into that thing. Yeah, there's enough people out there who worry about, okay, well, if I buy this game and I'm done playing it, if I do it digitally, there's nothing I can do with that game. But if I buy it physically, pay a little bit more, then I can take it to a GameStop and get some of my money back, or get money towards another game. Yeah, exactly. So it ain't much, but at least there's the people out there who still want physical as opposed to digital media. And,
and we really enjoy going to GameStop just to look. It's right next to Cold Stone. So we go to GameStop and then we go to Cold Stone.
Do you ever accidentally walk into a Smash Burger because they've got the same logo and font and color scheme?
I hate that about that place. Smash Burger has not just the exact same font, and it's Impact, I think, right?
It's Impact. It was. They have changed it. Smash Burger has a new logo now.
Oh,
they
okay.
do, yes.
Because it looks like you can almost...
It was Impact red and white.
It's like, what's his name on The Simpsons, working out of a Orange Julius. He's a lawyer by night and an Orange Julius salesman by day.
Gil.
It's like you half expect to find a game section in your burger place, but so weird to me that they do that.
So true.
Anyway,
this is on. Wow, what are you doing with your?
I apologize. I don't know what happened there. I know. It's a long. I'm not even going to explain why that happened.
I don't think Nicole doesn't see
I
that
don't know what
she's not in the Zoom, but
you missed it. Don't worry.
Scott just went a little crazy.
I did like that gerbil or that hamster. That dun, dun, dun.
Oh yeah, yes. Reaction gerbil or whatever it's called. Yeah.
I think it's a hamster.
I think it is a hamster. You're right.
That's right. It is a hamster. Anyway,
they have no tag.
There's the new Smash Burger logo, by the way, right there, which is. The logo is getting smashed by one of their little smashers.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Well, I'm very interested in this. I'm glad one of us saw it, so I could get a little taste.
It's fun, and it feels it's like we're getting these interesting tech stories turned into movies almost right away, like Social Network and The Big Short and things like that. And I kind of like it because it gives you you're not having to go back and say, all right, tell me about this thing that happened 50 years ago and what it is. And
right.
It is a little cringy to watch, though.
It made me. It is because it's so close.
Yeah. That's it. That's the hard part, is the recentness.
Yes.
I almost prefer this sort of thing to be a couple decades removed, and then you don't.
Distance.
Yeah, but this one really feels like fresh. Like they wasted no time in getting this story.
It was 2021. It was it was basically 3 years ago that this all happened, January of 2021, and the movie came out last year. So this is all, it's all still fresh, and sadly for some people, it's still painful open wounds.
We have kind of a local connection too. There was the church here, the Mormon church, invested millions in this thing because of the stuff that was going on around it.
Oh no, really?
Became very controversial. This whole the church, and they're involved with GameStop. Very scandalous. Still is, I think. So I really like this sort of story, but I'm like Nicole. I'm just like, man, just spread it out a little bit. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it.
The cringe was overshadowed for me by actually getting to know what happened more than, because I'd rather watch this and have it dramatized with actors that I like than go and read a Wikipedia article to understand what happened.
No, that's a really good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, where's that again? Netflix, you said, right?
Oh, Netflix. We're very much Netflix today. Are we all three? No, Netflix and
no,
HBO Max today.
Yeah, I'm on Max. I think.
Yeah, Max.
No, she's on Max. I'm on Netflix.
Yeah, you're on Netflix.
We're all somewhere. Nicole, let's get to yours. You sent me a clip or a trailer for a thing.
You made it.
I made it. I made this. I made this. Tell us about it. What do we got here?
So this is a little heavy of a topic. We're going to go from, stealing money to stealing kids.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's a documentary, took place in 1976, the year I was born. And it's really good. It was about an hour and a half. But I kind of watched it on my phone away from my kids. But of course my son hears kidnapping. Who got kidnapped?
Yeah, because they're a kid. They understand the word kid. Yeah. They don't want to be napped.
So this is so there you go. Go ahead and do the clip.
All right, here you go.
We'll
Enjoy.
talk about it.
Chowchilla was a wonderful place to grow up. We were little innocent children.
Never did I think that something like this could happen.
How does a school bus show up missing? I did not want to go down there.
It was like somebody just took them up off the planet.
Was it a thrill crime?
Your guess is as good as mine.
It was a mystery. You had no answers.
They recovered a journal encrypted in unusual writing.
Never seen anything like that.
The kidnappers hit this town right in its heart by taking those children.
All the way through, they thought that they had thought of everything.
And we're being buried alive. And I thought to myself, if we're gonna die getting the hell out of here.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. That's intense.
So this is Chowchilla. It's a town in California. At the time in 1976, it was a very small town. A group of kids, so it was during summer school, so I think it was June or July that it happened. And the bus was basically hijacked after the bus driver was taking the kids home after school. And some of the kids actually got dropped off before it was hijacked. And so the kids were taken, and I think it was 27, 28 kids, something like that, and the bus driver. And no one could figure out where they went. They literally just disappeared. And so this documentary kind of takes you through what happened, and they kind of pepper in the kids who are now, much, much older. So you had some kids that were 4. The oldest kid, I think, was you heard him at the very end. That was I think his name's Mike, and he was either 13 or 14, and he's the reason why they didn't die. And so as you kind of go through this journey, you're getting interviews with the kids now that they're adults. You're getting interviews with the then sheriff, because this just didn't happen. This struck fear in parents everywhere. And because they didn't understand. Who steals kids and buries them alive?
God.
So, and that's what happened. And so you kind of unravel this mystery to the point where you find out who did it, what happened when it was really well done. And what this shows is the traumatic experience that happened collectively to these, 28, 27 kids. Nothing had really been done. They were just like nothing happened with these kids once they were rescued. And so you had working the woman that tried to help them, the psychiatrist, she called them the little scientist, almost an experiment of sorts. But it's because of their trauma and how they processed it after. The field learned a lot about trauma in kids, and they even say in the documentary, it's because of Chowchilla that they had, when Columbine happened, they had people there right away to help these children process what happened to them because of what happened in Chowchilla and what they've learned subsequently. And there's a whole court trial around physical and emotional harm and how all of that works out. So it's deep topic, I didn't know anything about that event until watching this documentary. So it was pretty fascinating.
First I'd heard of it too, which is just fascinating reading up on it.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of stuff when we were growing up. I mean, you and I would have been like 5 or 6 or something, 6 or 7, whatever we were.
Right.
I was 0.
Yeah, you were 0.
I was a few months old. I was born in April, so I was a couple months old.
Yeah, so you were just a little diaper infant, and we were too young to hear anything. But even then, I always have memories of like the big stuff. Like I guess it was mostly 80s though, like the Tylenol killings and the just stuff like that. So
you
maybe
hear
we were just
rumblings
too young.
like in today's day and age with the internet, like something like this, boom, happens, but this kind of thing, it kind of spreads through. I mean, at the time you just had TV, and that's how some of the parents found out that their kids had been found, was through the TV. So it's an interesting look at that snippet of time and how information.
Well, let me ask you this, because it's also easy to live in this day and age and get shaped and formed by our, whatever our biases are and whatever our media cycle is now. Someone in the chat said, pedophiles and human traffickers. Without spoiling anything, were they human trafficking? Was that the point of the kidnapping?
It wasn't. At all.
Okay.
Nope.
Not that at all.
And it's once you find out why, the reason you're like, what? WTF? Like
Jeez.
What?
I gotta watch this.
Especially when you find out who leads the whole thing, and
okay,
crazy.
Wow. I'm in. I'm all on both of these recommendations. I am going to watch like soon. These are good ones. No 5-year wait on on
no running bit.
No.
No. Brian needs to show up and tape you to the couch and make you watch it.
Nope, none of that. All right,
Don't
excellent.
ruin the Don't put the Wikipedia in.
Who did that? Oh, DJ Stengel did? Oh, Dr. Calhoun.
Dr. Calhoun.
Yeah, don't read it. Go watch it. Read and then read it.
It's really good. I mean,
spoilers.
Only because I think they really tried hard to give the kids a voice, even though they're grown adults right now. They showed that kids are dismissed, and that's what happened for these poor kids.
Yeah.
So
it sounds harrowing. So I'm in.
It was.
Bring me some harrowing content. I love it. All right, I'm going to play my clip now. This is for a thing I saw on Netflix, and I'm really glad that I saw it. I will preface this by saying there is no way this is for everyone. I just know it in my heart this is not for everyone. But it is for people who like animation, weirdness, and the show Severance on Apple TV Plus.
This has been on my list. This has been on my list to watch.
Yeah.
It's been recommended to me every time I log in.
I absolutely have. I have
same here.
Zero regrets about watching it. I'll play the clip and then I'll explain more. Here you go.
I think I know why.
Huh?
Sorry, you were talking about why we're here? I think I know why. Hi, I don't think we've ever been formally introduced. I'm Luis.
Donna.
Luis.
Donna.
Hi, I'm Carol.
Nice to meet you. Wow, look at this.
Would you like a piece?
Yes, please. A little bigger? A little. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you.
So you were...
Oh, right. Why he's here. Actually, why we're all here. It's because we're dead.
All right. It's a very odd scene, so that's why I used it. But it also doesn't give anything away. So this is a television short series thing on Netflix that is not meant to have sequels or anything. This is a limited run. Created by Dan Guterman. If you think that name is even slightly familiar, then you are familiar with things like Rick and Morty and Community and The Colbert Report and a bunch of other stuff. He's been known mostly for writing and working most recently in animation when it came to Rick and Morty, obviously. This is his project, and it's a very daring one in that I don't know how it got approved. Like, it's just so weird. And because it's animated, and also animated in a style that is a little bit unusual for the kind of content that it is, and it's not a comedy. There are moments of, oh, I'll grin at this, and that joke's kind of funny, but it's not meant to be funny. It's just meant to be thoughtful and odd and make you kind of question our existence. And so here's the basis of it. It's called Carol and the End of the World. And it stars Martha Kelly as this character named Carol. And she is just sort of your approaching middle age, normal lady. The best way I can describe her. Somebody you might have at an office who just is always on time, always gets her stuff done, is very congenial and kind. But when she goes home, she's alone. She doesn't really have anybody. You know, there's a lot of that going on in her life. And her parents are weird and her sister's very adventurous. She's not. She's just sort of a homebody and all of this. The problem is she lives at a time where a giant object is hurling toward Earth and is guaranteed to destroy it. It's going to be an extinction level event that will take out all life on the planet. And they only ever allude to it. I want to make sure I tell people this. This isn't a spoiler, but you're never really going to get like aftermath. This is all like leading up to the end of the world. Okay. So if you're looking for a big giant meteor crash, you're not going to get it, but you're going to get
seeking a partner for the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a little bit about how if that was really happening and everyone knew there was a timeline, like 6 months, 2 months, 1 month, you just knew when it was coming and the end was inevitable. What would you hate
those kinds of movies though?
Yeah, well, you might like this because this one explores Carol's choices take her in a much better place. How do I put this? I don't want to give anything away, but the concept is everybody else is a little wacky about it, right? They're all either wanting to do crazy things before they go, or they've just given up and stuff's in disarray. The entire mall's abandoned because none of the stores are still there. Everybody's just kind of crapped out. It's kind of apocalyptic. But Carol really wants to keep some semblance of normalcy. So she still calls her dentist for her 6-month cleaning. She still wants to go to the office and be a good worker. She wants to make friends there, and that's the scene I played where her and these two other characters get to know each other, Donna and Luis, and they're fantastic secondary characters. There's other actors in here let's see. Laurie Metcalf plays this HR lady.
Laser.
Who? Who'd you say?
Sorry, Mark was asking me if I was doing something, and I said laser.
Oh. It was like a real Tourette's moment.
Did you do quote marks, by the way, when you did it?
Sorry.
Anyway, it's got Laurie Metcalf, the kid from the Goldmans, Sean Gabrione. He plays the main Goldman kid.
Okay, yeah.
He's in it. Matt Walsh from Veep. Veep.
Yeah.
Or the Goldbergs, is it? I forget how you say that. A whole bunch of other actors But anyway, this main lady, though, Martha Kelly, you know her because she was in Spider-Man Homecoming. She was the tour guide. You remember her, Brian? Just real deadpan. Okay,
yes,
you guys,
I think so.
we need to keep moving. She also she played a teacher turned drug dealer in Euphoria. She's fantastic in Euphoria. Okay. I always think she's in either Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad. She's not, but I always think she is because she'd be perfect for a role in there.
Really? Okay.
She has this very unassuming sort of. Oh, do you ever see Baskets? Do you ever watch Baskets?
No, I never did watch Baskets. I need to.
Baskets is great. All right, she's the police officer lady in Baskets. You knew who I'm talking about.
A police officer.
Or she's like a guard, or what is she? She's like a weird. I don't know. I forget where her role is. She plays Martha.
Is it Martha?
Yeah, Martha.
I love Martha. She has the most boring voice, and I have a meditation that sounds just like her, and it puts me to sleep every damn time.
Yeah, she has this thing that has made her an instant star. Like
Oh my God.
Her way of talking, and it's perfect for this character Carol to be this kind of non-assuming, quiet,
That's her?
boring
that's awesome.
self or whatever. Anyway, this thing reminded me of Severance in a bunch of ways, without the big grand conspiracy. So it's not exactly like that, but there's vibes of it. And when you see it, you'll know what I mean. It's weird. It's 10 episodes. If any of this sounded interesting, then you're like me. I really liked it a lot, and would recommend it to anyone who wants to explore what does humanity do when bad shit's coming that you can't avoid. And some of them go nuts and lose their minds, and some people find happiness, and they find little slivers of good and ways of, like, I'll tell you one thing that is it's not a spoiler really, but everything's been kind of abandoned. So these people that still work at this company to remain normal, they find an old burned out Applebee's, and they make it work again. In other words, they start serving drinks there, and they have parties, and they have this weekly thing where all the employees go and they hang out. And
feels like a scene from that movie, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Where
Yeah,
they go
a
to
little
that
bit.
weird
A little bit. Yeah.
where they
A little
have
bit.
drugs and everything.
They're definitely playing with some of those ideas, and
Yeah.
and I just found it weird and heartwarming at the same time. It is very weird. Like, there's a whole side story about her parents who are never wearing clothes. The dad is permanently in a wheelchair. They're in a 3-way polyamorous relationship with the guy who used to be his nurse, and it's a whole thing that's like a separate thing.
I have to watch it only for the fact
You
that
gotta see
Martha Kelly is the voice. I love her boring voice so much.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
I love it. Like, I just want to listen to her voice.
Yeah,
So.
no, she's great. And this clip didn't have a lot of her. Let's see if I can isolate it.
We're here.
Hold on.
I think Hi, Luis.
Anna.
Luis.
Hey, I'm Carol.
Nice to meet you.
That's her right there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Um,
highly
do you
recommend it.
remember-
It's good. Yes.
The movie with Kirsten Dunst, Melancholia.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I watched that movie and fast forward because it just made me so uncomfortable.
Like anxiety inducing. Yeah, kind of was.
Yeah, existential dread. But there was one scene at the very end that was permanently like scarred into my brain, and I think about that scene so much. It's like, how will you react when you know the end of the world is happening? And there's like three people there, and I will definitely say I would probably be the one freaking out.
Yeah, that's a weird movie, and this is not. This isn't like that level of weird. And also there's a real, I don't know, that movie's dark.
It's so dark.
This has moments of darkness, but it's mostly kind of the whole point is to say it may not be so. Oh, by the way, not for kids. There are There's a couple of cartoon sex scenes. There's cartoon boobies. There's cartoon swearing. You know, it's definitely an adult deal. What it reminded me of, Brian, is actually, we always talk about those old animation festivals we'd go to.
Yeah, the Spike and Mike's and the right.
This is like a 10 episode.
It would fit
thing
in that stuff. Sounds like it would. Yeah. Okay.
The style, the animation, all of it's really good. Yeah.
What your first adult cartoon was? Like, you watched it
Heavy Metal
as a kid, and you're like, this is not Roadrunner.
Yeah, it was my uncle taking me to the movie Heavy Metal in theaters and watching what that taxi driver did to that lady that he picked up in the cab.
Yeah, that one will stick with you.
Yeah.
I think it was. What is Felix the Cat? Is that an adult one?
It's the other one. Is it Felix? There was another one, wasn't it? It was Fritz the Cat.
Oh, Fritz the Cat's the dirty one.
I just remember it was a cat, and I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah. For me, it might have been one of those festivals, and they just had a short that was kind of naughty. I don't remember what it was though.
Fritz the Cat. Yeah, I think that was Fritz. I think that was for me. Fritz
That's
the Cat.
what I liked about it though.
Accidentally watched it
because this one felt this thing feels experimental, but not. They're not exploiting any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to be watching this going, "Oh, I can't believe I just saw a cartoon boob for no reason." Like it's all got this context and I don't know. It's a piece of
Nobody's
art.
getting exploited. None of the cell animation is getting exploited.
No, they all consented to draw these things, so it all worked out.
Yeah.
So anyway, highly recommend
There
it.
you
Go
go.
check it out. It's on Netflix. Carol and the End of the World is the name of the 10-episode
Nice.
season, and these will all be up on quicktms.li. So go check those out.
There.
Already there. It's like
Hey,
magic.
One other quick question for both of you.
Yeah.
Did either of you watch Ahsoka?
Yes.
I saw
And
the
have you
first
talked
4
about it
episodes.
on the show?
I still haven't finished
I don't
the
know if
final bit, but yeah.
Neither of us have recommended it, and I can't remember if Randy did or not. But
And I won't either.
Yeah. Okay.
But-
Oh, see, I think I enjoyed it more than you did. But
I
agree with
finished
your
it last
sentiment.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we finished it last night, and we waited a long time to watch it. It's been out for quite a while.
Yeah.
But it was surprisingly not what
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard after the greatness that was Andor to then have something that was that had it come out before Andor would have been probably appreciated more, and more because of its supporting characters. I mean,
Did you watch
Ahsoka's-
Rebels?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so Rebels, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and Mark
And
watched
you get
Rebels.
the continuation of that. Yeah.
And so Mark watched Rebels. I didn't watch Rebels, but he caught me up with Rebels, and then we watched Ahsoka. And I would say probably the first 5 episodes are like, what's going on?
Oh, really?
So, but it was honestly, it wasn't
Oh,
until like the episode, I think it was episode 6 that didn't have Ahsoka that we're like, oh, that was really good.
So you think you felt? Did you feel like she heard her own show, or like is that the takeaway?
Mark definitely did.
Mark did.
Mark was not. He was not happy with Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka.
Yeah,
So.
I think she's fine.
See, I like her. I like her as Ahsoka. I think
Yeah,
she
she's all right.
and when we
She's
first
okay.
see her in Mandalorian as Ahsoka, I thought she was great then too. So, yeah, I think she is not the strongest part of Ahsoka.
Right. No, not at all.
And I really was disappointed with Thrawn, but
But isn't that the voice actor though?
It is. It is. But he doesn't
is.
look
And-
anything like Thrawn in the comics or the books descriptions or any of that. He looked nothing.
Yeah, you
like
don't
him.
have to. You don't always have to use the voice person. It worked really
Yeah.
well for that episode of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds that crossed over from Lower Decks. But you don't always have to use the voiceover.
My
person.
biggest problem with the Star Wars stuff right now is it all feels like so much fan service that it really distracts me. That's why I loved Andor so much, because Andor
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
any
so
of that.
little of that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
all fresh. It was all new ideas, and I just wish we had more of that going on. And maybe we
Ahsoka
will.
wasn't bad. I enjoyed it towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you haven't,
I'd put it on par with Book of Boba Fett. For me, it goes
Mm.
Andor, Mandalorian, and then Book of Boba Fett and Ahsoka kind of in the middle there.
Yeah.
And then sadly the Obi-Wan
that was
series.
bad. I didn't really enjoy that at all.
I liked how it started. I didn't like how it fizzled.
I liked yes, and I thought Hayden Christensen was good in it. It was a good recovery for him, or not recovery, but a good.
It added to his character
But
for
here's
sure.
the cool thing about all of this.
It's not redemptive, but
we
yeah.
get to talk about something that I did not think would ever happen. Like none of this stuff I never even imagined they would make. Like I think it's great that it exists.
Oh, the fact
So-
that we're getting a deluge of Star Wars content. Like, go back to when you were 10 and tell yourself that. You wouldn't believe it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right. No argument there.
So in a way, it's so easy for us in our modern society with all our Twitters and our whatnots
So
to be
much
really
content,
cynical
though.
about it, right? We can be super cynical about Star Wars,
right.
but we're getting what we asked
But
for.
had we gotten this, as a kid, we'd have been like, "What are you old farts complaining about? This is the greatest thing ever."
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, that's so
There
your
you go.
little side mecha mental from you.
Yeah.
Mechamental.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's fine.
Go check them out. Quick
Hang with it. Hang with it.
That's right. Hang with it, baby. Nicole, have a fantastic laser. I'm sorry, rest of your day is what I meant to say, and we'll see you later. Lasers. It's all lasers. That was pretty funny, her yelling that out of nowhere.
It was great. It was such a Mark moment.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark Spag.
Lasers!
Once again, Mark rules the show without even trying.
The fifth Beatle, the fifth member of TMS is Mark.
Yep.
Hardly ever appearing on, but yeah.
check this out. We got a special shout out to give.
Oh, okay. Love it.
Belinda, not Carlisle, just a Belinda.
Oh, okay.
She wrote in, says, "Hey guys, my boyfriend is a ginormous fan of your podcast, and he talks about it all the time. And I actually think he called in and left a message for you guys as well. I was wondering if you could do a shout out for him during an episode for me. It's our anniversary on February 3rd. I realize this is terribly late to request this, but if you could, I know he'd love it. Just a quick Hey Joe Frazier would be amazing." Is it Fraser or Frazier?
It could be either, right? Because Brendan Fraser, but you can also pronounce Farser as Frazier as well. So it doesn't have to have the I to be a Frazier.
She says, "Thanks so much, Belinda." So Belinda, if it is Frazier, then you have a famous named boxing name husband or boyfriend. If not,
right,
then
Joe
he's
Frazier,
just whatever. But we want to say, hey, dude.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, and thanks for listening to us and hanging out and being cool. And also, Belinda, you seem very nice, and I could not resist but to bring this up. So it was very nice of you to reach out. Thank you for that.
Yep.
If you guys want to email us stuff, you can do that at themorningstream@gmail.com. If you'd rather text us, 801-471-0462. All this and more is linked at frogpants.com/TMS. We are now going to leave. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Kind of continuing off of something you just mentioned, when Brandi Carlile was on Saturday Night Live, both Tina and my dad texted me and both said, "My gosh, Brandi Carlile looks amazing." And for both people, I said, "I think you're thinking of Belinda Carlisle."
Yeah.
Who also looks amazing, but doesn't look as young as Brandi Carlile does.
Yeah, Brandy's like literally young. And Belinda's just a great-looking older lady. Well,
exactly.
Not that old. I guess she's in her 60s or something, but she looks amazing.
Like that. Yeah.
We'll give her that. That's funny. Both your dad and
both
your
of them separately, like first Tina's like, "Oh my God, that's Brandi Carlile," and I said, "Yeah, that is Brandi Carlile. Are you thinking Belinda Carlile?" She's, "Oh yeah." And then my dad texts me like 5 minutes later.
This is great. Wow. It makes me realize I'm not the only person that bugs Brian about music stuff I notice. I'll notice something and go, "Brian, did you know that and he usually comes back with, "Well, of course you did. Ringo wasn't even there then." And zip, zip,
right,
zip.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
He just knows this shit.
I know this shit. It's the only thing I know, folks. Scott knows ears and video games and movies and stuff like that. I know music.
He knows music. Well, look, the music makes the rockin' world go round. So.
Oh, look at that! Nice. So do Fat Bottom Girls.
That's right.
You got a request to play here.
Oh, let's do it. Can't wait to hear it.
Oh, wait, did you need to say all this stuff here at the end?
No, I got it all. We're good. You're ready to
good.
rock.
That's right. You did say all that. All right. This one, sad request that came in directly to me because I allow a couple people in this world to directly text me. Not everybody. Don't try it, folks, because if you're hearing my voice and you don't know it's you, it's not you. This one came to me from Bobby Ann Folk. Sadly, well, I'll just read the text. She says, "Hey, Brian, hope all is well. I'm sure there's a forum somewhere, but we both know I won't find it. LOL. Would it be possible to request a song for Barry on TMS?" Barry. We lost our cat Honeycutt this morning, so could you play a cover of Lullaby Goodnight My Angel by Billy Joel for Barry? Well, Bobby Ann, I'm dedicating this to both you and Barry, because I know how sad it is to lose a kitty or a dog or any member of the family like that, any pet. These are things that we give all of our love to, and we know that unless it's a tortoise, we're probably going to outlive them, and it's going to be heartbreak in a few years.
Did she name the cat after, or did he name the cat after BJ Honeycutt? Do we know?
Probably, yeah, I would guess.
Let me send him one. I have one of those Honeycutt prints I could send him.
Oh, yeah, send that to him. That's sweet.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
So this is a cover by one of my favorite vocalists, a guy named Rufus Wainwright. He is the son of Loudon Wainwright III, sister to Martha. What made you say that name, Wainwright? This came out as part of the soundtrack to The Runaway Bunny from 2021. Don't know anything about that, but I do know that this is a great song. It's a cover of Billy Joel's Lullaby, Goodnight, My Angel.
Get more at frogpants.com.
It just dawned on me that was Cotton Eye Joe. Could you play that one more time? Because it wasn't until the very end, and I want to